2022, 2022. I've been living in Canada for the last 20 years, but I still have a friend back in Russia. She's a teacher of languages and whatnot. And I don't know if you know what's happening in Russia right now, but she teaches in a state-controlled institution. So every time I write something on the internet, I know she sees my mistakes. But she never ever corrects me. I mean, she is a Nazi, but she's not a grammar Nazi, which is way worse, by the way. I started learning German this past summer, and I have some Ukrainian friends here in Montreal, so they tell me, why German? You better learn Ukrainian. And I'm like, no, I want to gain some linguistic superiority by speaking a very poor German. Clever, eh? Clever. I went to a protest the other day against Bill 96. It's a law that aims to reinforce French superiority over all other languages in Quebec. And I had a sign with the word Philology on it. And there was this old man who came up to me and said, Philology? Why philology? Isn't that too philosophical for a protest? I mean, people have hard time learning just one language, their own, and you would like to see them learn as many as possible? And I was like, yeah. The enjoyment of words is pretty much against the law. I mean, have you ever seen a non-arrogant, self-doubting lawmaker? Well, here you go. So don't learn anything new. Don't study anything foreign. Be a good citizen. But here's something steamy for you. Here's something steamy. I wanted to cheat on my now ex-husband. So I started going out late at night, dance clubs, restaurants, and whatnot. And I met a pilot from France sitting across the table. And he said, look, I see that you speak English better than I do. And I'm here in Montreal for just one night. So would you mind coming to my hotel room to teach me some English? So I went there, a pretty luxurious room for Montreal, and he showed me his dictionary, And I explained to him when to use do or does, is or are, and he looked at me and said, "You know what? I get it. I get it now." That was the most euphoric night of my life. It even beat that other night when I was in a hotel room with a politician who was way drunker than I was, and he had this thick stack of bills in his hands. I'd never seen so much money in such a close proximity. But I didn't want to take advantage of him. I guess I just don't find money as satisfying as words. Well, actually, that politician didn't have as big of a dictionary as that pilot from France.